because the Muslim armed forces were fighting in Europe. You see the conspiracy? He has Abdul Wahab Nazdi, when the Muslim forces was fighting in Europe with the enemies of Islam, he stepped in the back of Islam, in the back of the Khilafat Usmaniyah, in the holy land of Islam. This was his act. This crime he has committed. This is a political crime. And the religious crime is another one. That is the book which he has written. This book was translated. And the name of the translation was Taqwiyatul Iman. Taqwiyatul Iman is a translation of the book written by Abdul Wahab al-Najdi, Kitab al-Tawheed, translation and addition also. Maulvi Sahib also has added something more in Taqwiyatul Iman. But it is exactly the thought, the thought was provided by Muhammad bin Abdul Wahab. This book came to India. At the time, British government trying hardly to establish their empire in India also. After defeating Ottoman Empire in Europe, they said, now it is easy for us because we are safe in Europe, so we can give them defeat in India. At the time, British Empire was trying to establish themselves, and they were working in the name of East India Company. So the first war, the first battle was in Plassey, East Bengal. There was first battle between Muslims and British Empire, the East India Company at the Plassey. And by the same time, Tipu Sultan in Mysore, Deccan, were fighting with the British Empire. In the field of Madras, in Hyderabad, in Maharashtra, in Mysore, in this part, Tipu Sultan was fighting with the British Empire. On that battlefield, the Plassey and Nawab Sirajuddaulah were fighting. At the same time, British Empire has hired some Maulvis to issue fatwa when they were fighting with Tipu Sultan, with Sirajuddaulah, and every person, to issue fatwa against jihad. Against jihad. What fatwa? That the British Empire, British ruler are very good people. They allow us to offer our prayer. They allow us, they permit us to keep our fasting, holy month of Ramadan. We can perform Hajj. Then there is no jihad against them. If you have lost your empire in India, your government in India, then doesn't matter. Obey British Empire. To obey British Empire, this fatwa was issued by some Maulvis, and the first who signed that as a Muslim, as a ruler of this country, as a Muslim, we must declare jihad against this British Empire. He was Maulana Fazl Haq Khairabadi rahmatullahi alayh. He issued fatwa of jihad. And there are other Maulvis who issued fatwa against jihad. So jihad was inspiring him. Whenever Muslim told that there is a jihad, so every Muslim become alert, and he liked to fight as a mujahid, because he knows very well that if he die in the battlefield, if he was killed, assassin in the battlefield, he is shaheed, martyr. And if he becomes shaheed, Allah, it is a desire of every Muslim to become shaheed, because there are lot of virtues of the shaheed. Now I am not going to quote some verses of the Holy Quran. I am trying to, at present, not to quote it. Afterwards, inshallah, I will come on that. By the same time, British Empire thought that we are fighting Muslims here and we are trying to capture Delhi also, because Delhi was the headquarters of the Muslim rulers, Mughal Empire, Muslim Empire, their headquarters was Delhi. So they said, if the fatwa or decree of jihad is issued, so all the Muslims has to listen it and to obey the call of jihad. So what to do? All the time we see the Muslim in India, what usually they say, they are living in India, but still they remember Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What kind of love they have. They are living 1,000 miles from Medina, but by the same time, although they are living very far from Medina, but always they say, Dikha de ya ilahi, wo Medina kaisi basti hai. Mere Maula, bula le Medine mujhe. So always this Medina, Medina, and Nabi, Ya Rasulallah, Ya Rasulallah. Always saying, Ya Rasulallah, Ya Rasulallah. Medine wale se, they have connection. Medine wale se, they have connection. How to disconnect it? So that the inspiring force is Holy Prophet Sayyidul Alameen Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his name, his teaching and thoughts. How to disconnect them? And still they have respect of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That if a person asks them to die in the name of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they sacrifice themselves. So still there is a magnetic power in the name of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the best way is, if we want to rule India, we want to continue our rule in India, first of all we must divide them. And the Muslims still are thinking to revenge from us, to react against us, because we took their estates. We have conquered their empire, Muslim empire in India. So Muslims at any time they can take revenge from us. So what to do? So they establish first. Why they are talking all the time Nabi and Prophet, Nabi and Prophet? Establish Nabi in this land. So they establish Mirza Ghulam Ahmed as their statue, as their stooges of the British Empire. Mirza Ghulam Ahmed of Qadian, who claimed that I am the Prophet. And by the same time they thought that this is the best way to clean their heart, brainwash them, ask them or give them thought that it is not necessary to remember Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam all the time. It is not necessary to love him. He was an ordinary man like you. He was also Bashar and you are also Bashar. To give this thought. Thus, the British Empire we can establish here. And British government, by their aid, by their assistance, they have established the first class Darul Uloom in India. First class Darul Uloom. This Darul Uloom was acting as an agent to the British Empire to make division among the Muslim community, destroy, demolish the dignity, honor of Holy Prophet Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Write the books in which you could insult Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What kind of insult? What kind of book was written in those days? One example I quote. There is a book. In this book it is said,